Hey, how are we doing, guys? Gray here, and today we've got our final week of the CGT. We're going up against Mountaih and his immunity idols, so we finally get to face off. This is someone that I've watched for a little while now, actually. I hadn't heard of him for like most of this gen, and then his name popped up as somebody who kept winning leagues, and I checked out his content. He's genuinely fantastic battler and seems like a really great guy. In all interactions that I've had with him, he's just seemed like a really stand-up bloke, so make sure to go check him out. His link will be down in the description below, as well as all the other coaches that competed in the CGT for this season. Without further ado, let's get straight into this game. I'm just going to have fun with it. We are not mathematically eliminated from playoffs, but we are effectively eliminated from playoffs. So I'm not going to stress too much about this game. Obviously, we can still play spoiler for Mountaih and the coaches around his position. If we beat him, then it does open up slots for a bunch of people. If we get this game close, I think it still opens up a slot for a couple of people as well. So I don't want to go throw in this game. I have built a team that is actually somewhat viable, but I am going to be playing a little bit more relaxed, just kind of clicking buttons a little bit more than anything else. I'm going to lead off with my Volcarona. It's kind of just my game plan here, is to click a button and just yeah, just click a button and go. I'm sure that he has his own plan with that meow stick. Did not expect that. I didn't think I even paid any attention to it at all in the very limited prep that I made for this game, so we'll see what that thing wants to do. But good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's hope that for a good game, because this will be our last one of this gen. Leads off with Starmie. Not ideal, but could also be worse. I'm not calking. If this thing is specs, boy does it hurt. We are bulky though, maybe we can tank one. I'm quick and Bug Buzz. And this may be a risky play, but he may also think that there's no way I stay in. He'd go for a flip turn as like a something with mid-ground. But I think he has like, there's very few things on my team that realistically want to switch in on this. If he's Meteor Beam, I've just realised, like, you know, if he's Meteor Beam, this will just completely end my existence. But I think he may be scared of, like, Mew coming in. In hindsight, going into Mew was a better play. But at the same time, it keeps things, I'll keep my Mew healthy. If he does go for anything that's not Hydro Pump, he actually just withdraws, probably goes into the Pex. My bad. Is the Pex. Okay. Just going to make a quick assessment on this damage. That's respectable. That is respectable damage. What do I want to do? I think I can just go Mew. Because if he knocks off my Case of Berry, it does the same job as what the Case of Berry is there to do in first place. So I'm not like super worried about it. I have just had full Levitate on my Weezing, and if he sets up Toxic Spikes, I have no way of getting rid of them. That would be unfortunate, but, you know. Well, there you go. Maybe should have gone Neutralizing Gas this week just to be able to get rid of those, but oh well. We're clicking Future Sight. There's no Umbreon. There is a Celesteela, and that is quite frankly terrifying. But we are going to be able to see what he wants to go into. It's going to be the Meow Stick. This obviously has some way of potentially dealing with me, as we're going to be interrupted. Good stuff. Well, I'll see you guys when we are able to get the battle back into battling mode. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so we're back where we were. I'm going to click Volt Switch. Switch out. We don't actually, I kind of wish I bought my Electivire, like in the downtime that I've had. Electivire looked amazing in this matchup. It's gonna trick. That could be a little bit annoying. I assume this is like Scarf. Full Incense. Does that slow me down? If it slows me down, that's fine. That was a crit. It's not ideal, but I'm a slowish Mew anyway, so it's really not like too big a deal for me. He's now got a Case of Berry that I don't think is going to help too much. Yeah, sadly I'll Levitate on that. I don't think it gets a fire move, so I could set up with that. I could also just No, I think this is better. I think going into this is just all round better. Don't remember the team he brought. Lycanroc, Celesteela. Not a great deal of things that are going to be able to really cause many issues. I kind of just want to. I'm going to click knock off. Get rid of an item. I don't think this gets Mystical Fire, but if it does, it does. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. Meowstic is something that is not often relevant in a game that I had to worry about, so kind of happy that he clicked Trick on a mon that's slow anyway, or slow on this build at least. Makes sense though, it does make sense. A lot of people have brought prankster ways of slowing down Mew. But considering I was Spadef anyway, it doesn't really worry me too much. It's going to be the Pex. Getting rid of an item here would be great. I expect he probably will just do the same. He is Rocky Helmet, so getting rid of that is nice. And it's going to take the Future Sight. And that's almost going to knock it out. Unfortunately, I don't think that I'm going to be able to do enough with anything to be able to punish that. I could go out into back out into Mew as possible. No Rocky Helmet means I could go into. I think. What's his Psychic Resist? He definitely has one on this team. Yeah, I think going back into Mew is absolutely fine. Because if he does knock off here, like I expect him to recover. He's actually going to double again and go straight back out into Meowstic. This is again kind of fine. We can scout out more of what this is going to do. I kind of wish I just clicked knock off again. That would have been pretty great actually if I just click knock off again. But I will get a slow Volt Switch off here. Again, don't really know what this has got. I could Future Sight first. I can Future Sight because I am Spadef. I think I should be able to take a Shadow Ball just fine. So he's going to switch, goes out into Bone Storm. I mean, it's got to have Shadow Bone, I assume, to be able to do anything. And of course, we're going to disconnect again, which is a little bit rough. But yeah, I will see you guys in part 3 of this battle. Maybe on a different server to try and make sure we don't drop. Okay, so here we are for attempt number 3, server number 2. I clicked Future Sight here. As he goes into Marowak, we should now be up to speed. I'm not clicking Volt Switch because I'm not prepared to potentially just lose my... potentially prepared to lose this for the sake of like finding out whether or not it's Lightning Rod or not. Considering he didn't bring Electric Resist, actually I need to move my... I'm talking away from the mic because I'm looking at the wrong screen. I'm just going to bring in Pete, which after the poison, that's the word I'm looking for, probably still gets 2-hit KO by this thing, which is quite frankly terrifying. But it has one job. Surprised he went for Poltergeist there. Okay, no, I still have my item. Not surprised he went for Poltergeist. That does an absurd amount of damage. I'm pretty sure that's got to be a high roll. For some reason I thought I was knocked off with my Mew. Couldn't tell you why. But I am just going to click rest on the off chance that he doesn't click Poltergeist again. Because he might not. He might not want to risk it. He may go for an Earthquake, thinking he can afford to risk it. Like, I could also be quicker. Looking at that damage roll, like, who knows? Like, I'm pretty sure I EV'd this thing to be able to live 2 Poltergeists from Adamant. But I guess not. I guess my brief prep was not good enough. But I don't think he's got a great switch into this. At the same time, he could just go like Celesteela. And if that's the case, it does mean I can get this rest off. he doesn't know a lot about the set, so yeah, he does switch, which is great because it gives me this rest. Just goes back into Starmie. Starmie for me is still not great, but it's yeah, at least I can get this rest. And it does mean that without being poisoned, I will be in a better position against that Marowak. So Starmie's going to take Future Sight, and that does actually respectable damage. And I'm just going to go back into my Mew. Go back into my Mew, and I kind of just want to click Future Sight again. Future Sight is putting a lot of pressure on his team. Depends on how much it's doing to me. Like if he just goes for a flip turn here, as he does make my life a little bit more difficult. There is nothing on my team that wants to take this hit for a Marowak, so yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, just going to go back into this. That's completely fair. How do I break this cycle? Like, I don't want to go hard into Urshifu. Like, it may be a case of something has to die. I think I still just go back into my Rhyperior. See how much this Poltergeist does. See, now losing my berry does kind of suck. Is this guaranteed? No, it's not. So you got a high roll in the first one. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. So I can just go for a Sleep Talk. I can use up a turn to sleep here. It's going to be tough because now I don't have a switch in to Marowak. But he also doesn't have great switch-ins to a Rhyperior. If I get the Stone Edge on something else, then he's definitely going to hurt. He's going to withdraw, so he's going to let me use up a turn here. Goes into Celesteela. Makes a lot of sense. If we can get a Stone Edge, that'd be great. Get rest. Unfortunate. Don't know anything about the set. We can still potentially take a Poltergeist if he misses one, so do want to keep it around. I'm just going to go hard into Volcarona. It's maybe a very aggressive play, but I think it's the right one, especially with his Tox spec so low. If we see Autotomize, I think we go into Mew, sack Mew. If we see anything else, there's the Autotomize. In case this is Meteor Beam, I don't want to take that hit, so I will just go into Mew. I mean, how do I deal with this if Mew goes down? I'm not entirely sure. Is losing Volcarona better? Honestly, yes. It does nothing for me in this game, so I'm just going to click Overheat. He can Meteor Beam? Yeah. Because I think it's better for me to... No, that wasn't... It depends. If he's got Air Slash, then... Yeah. You can also miss us, I think. But that's going to be a dead Volcarona. Like, my other option was the Bankinoid doesn't have Air Slash. I feel like it's a bit risky. But actually that probably was the better play because now I do just lose. Pretty sure. Gonna have Flamethrower, I assume actually... Perhaps I should have just gone into Mew on that turn. Now thinking about it, maybe I should have just gone into Mew. I'm gonna go Wheezing. And I'm going to drop a Thunder, maybe we get Paralysis. This does leave me weak to a few things on his team. Just going to go for the Thunder. This is Flash Cannon, it will knock me out. Okay, he is Air Slash. So sacking Volcarona was fine. That just kills. That was a crit. don't know if the crit mattered, but I think we're just going to get swept anyway. At this point, I think we're getting swept anyway. What's best play here? I guess maybe air/miss. I mean, I don't see any way of winning this game at this point. I think Celesteela just wins. In hindsight, should have just switched out of Rhyperia when I did. Not giving him that free move. But you know, happens. I think Thunder Punch and Para is my best way of redeeming myself, but he's going to miss that. So yeah, Thunder Punch is going to do a lot of damage. No Para though. I mean, Para would have just kind of been BM at that point. Do I need this to win? No, I need this to at least hopefully dodge another one. No, okay. I was asking a lot, I will admit. I was asking a lot. Going Mew on the first one would have been big. Would have been a better play. It's hard to say. I think I didn't play around as well. I think that much is pretty obvious. I think I'm going to go Mew, and again, hope for the potential air/miss. But yeah, we're going to get swept. Straight up, last game for this gen, we're going to get swept, but it is what it is. Like, the matchup wasn't amazing for me, but I'm not going to blame that. Like, it was mainly my prep that was not great. I would take the loss, and unfortunately we're going to end this gen on a 6-0 loss. But honestly, like, I've had fun this gen. I've had a lot of fun. And though towards the end I absolutely got burned out, and it sucked. Getting burnt out at the end when arguably this is the most important league that I am in, or have been in for this entire time, but you know, sometimes it just be like that, and I accept it. It's fine. We were never making playoffs anyway. He's pretty much guaranteed his playoff spot, I'm pretty sure, this win. So I guess body press is the best play, in case he didn't have flamethrower for whatever reason. Yeah, GG to Mountaih. Make sure to go check out his side for this game, because yeah, I think we positioned ourselves pretty well, and then this thing just set up and won. Simple as that. I knew this set was like massively threatening to my team, but that's why I went hard Volcarona initially, was to try and like prevent that. But it is what it is. I know I'm not living a hit here, so I guess Sleep Talk would be in the play in case he missed an air slash, but you know, he can very quick flamethrower at this point and just take me out. He's going to claim with air slash anyway. Celesteela is going to sweep us, and yeah, that's going to be a good game, good season. I say good season. We finished 3-6 with a terrible differential, but all things considered, I'm still happy with the season as it was. Not the greatest way, obviously, to end off the season. Would have liked to have at least given him like a good game. I think up until the point in which Celesteela set up, we did give him a good game. I think I had to probably, in hindsight, switch out into Mew, sack Mew, then try and avoid an air slash next turn. But yeah, it is what it is. I want to say before going, obviously make sure to go check out Mountaih, all the other coaches as well in the CGT, and for those who have followed me throughout this gen, thank you so much. Like, didn't expect to win any championships, and we won 2. Didn't expect to really kind of grow and go anywhere with this channel, and we are 4 times the size we were when I first started uploading Draft League for this gen. So if you've if you subscribed or watched a video or liked, commented, anything like that on any of my videos, thank you. Like, your support is genuinely so much appreciated. That's terrible English, but it is what it is. Don't know what's going to be happening. I'm probably going to come back at some point. I'm sure I'll get the itch to play Draft League once again. See how Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl does Draft League. If it doesn't do Draft League, then I don't know if I'll be coming back. Possibly we'll still get the urge to play, and we'll come back for one league at a time, because it's actually been really nice somewhat to just not have to worry about Draft League after doing this for 3 years, uploading consistently for like a year and a half, a year I think, I don't know, I couldn't tell you how long I have been. It does get exhausting for somebody who's in a full-time job, has a lot of stuff outside of work and mons as well, so it does eventually catch up with you. And like I said, in my front office, at one point I was in 6 leagues, 2 of which I was running, 1 I was helping out, and it honestly just put me like into the ground with mons, because I was just done with it. Like it became too much. But I won't be making that same mistake. I will still be playing in my own showdown league, PTL. I'll be playing that through the start of BDSP, and then we'll see if any Wi-Fi leagues come up that I like the look of and I feel like applying for. Then maybe we get invited into those leagues, and we'll see. There might be other content. I might be streaming a bit more. I might just do some like educational content. I know this season has not been the best, but once I've had a bit of time to get over the burnout, to start enjoying mons again, then I might just upload some educational content and try and pass on what little knowledge I have in mons to other people, so hopefully they can get better. And no doubt that next gen, or I guess not next gen, it's still going to be 8th gen technically, in BDSP we're going to hopefully come back stronger, pick up another championship. But until then, have a great day, guys. Peace.